climographs of India. If you see, say, climograph of Delhi, which is 27 degree north, it is having the continental location. Continental location. If you see the climograph of only the months, say January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November and December. And this is the amount of rainfall and the temperature. Amount of rainfall. Let's take rainfall first. The rainfall is low, medium and high. And in Delhi, do we have some rainfall in Delhi in January? Yes, it is because of western disturbances. So we have little or you can say low rainfall, but in February it decreases and in March it further decreases amount to nil. April, in May there are some cyclonic rain, cyclonic turbulence, and he is used to come with the low winds and some cyclonic rain used to take place in May, and in June also sometimes rain happens, and the rain of quantum of rain increased in July, and in July it is maximum, and after July it start decreasing. In August little less, in September further less, October less, and November and December. So this is the line of saying the rainfall of Delhi. But at the same time, if I construct the rainfall of say Mumbai city have December no rainfall, nil, because winds are going from Mumbai land to the sea, it's almost nil, Mumbai, and they have rain started from May last sometimes and in the mid-June, and rain comes little earlier than Delhi here, and they have more rain than Delhi, and they have long rainy season than Delhi. It is like this. So this is the graph of Mumbai. Monsoon comes before, and this is the line graph of the amount of rainfall. This is rainfall. Rainfall of Mumbai and rainfall of Delhi. This is the climograph. But if I say take another city, say Chennai, another southern peninsular coastal town, if you see the amount of rainfall in Chennai, it is like this. In January it is like this, moderate rain in January, February, March, April, and the amount of rain increases here. May, June, July, it is like this, and it is like this. August, September, October, November and December. This is the graph of Chennai. How Chennai have the rainfall in December and January? In December and January month, they have the rain because of northeast monsoon. I told you northeast monsoon. In Tamil Nadu, 60% of the rain is because of the northeast monsoon, and 40% rainfall in Tamil Nadu is 40% in southwest monsoon. During summer, they have, even in Chennai, rain arrives before Mumbai, before Delhi. So they have two rainy seasons. But in both the rainy seasons, amount of rainfall is medium or low, but its continuity is there. And quite interesting, Chennai have vegetation is tropical dry evergreen. Generally, evergreen monsoon vegetation is when it is rain round the year. We have the moist evergreen, but in Chennai we have the tropical dry because we have the two dry seasons. One dry season is here, April, May, and one dry season is here, September and October. But none of the months we have the two rainy seasons. But in Delhi we have only one rainy season. In a short period we have huge amount of rain and rest of the year remain dry. So these are the climograph of three different cities. You can understand the amount of rain. Same if I construct the temperature of three cities, average temperature. Average temperature means how do we calculate the average temperature of a day? Average, we have the maximum temperature of a region and the minimum temperature of a place. If the average maximum is say 35 degrees Celsius and minimum is 15 degrees Celsius, so how much is there? Divide by 2. So average temperature is, this is the average temperature. A50, sorry, 50. So it is 25. So average temperature is 25 degrees Celsius. So this is the daily diurnal temperature, and simultaneously we calculate on the basis of the monthly temperature sigma, and complete month means all the sigma 30 divided 30 days of the complete month and divide by 30. So we find the monthly average temperature and average. And here I am just constructing the monthly average. This is low, this is medium, and this is high temperature. I am just mentioning the monthly average temperature for, this is January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November and December. And all of you have to construct the climograph separately of rainfall and temperature of three different cities, Mumbai, Delhi and Chennai. Delhi has the continental location, Mumbai is located on the southern eastern coast, western coast, and Chennai in the southern eastern coast. So all the three different locations you will find. See the average temperature of Chennai. Chennai have the average temperature of the Chennai is, can you wait for a moment? Chennai have moderate, and in this it is like this and it is like this. Near the equator, lesser the range of temperature. This is Chennai. So Chennai temperature means average, monthly average temperature. This is average, that is the monthly average temperature. And after this, let's take Mumbai. Mumbai is little more north away, so it is like this. This is Mumbai. Like as we go away from equator, range of temperature. So Mumbai have, see the range, minimum and maximum. This is the range of the temperature of Mumbai. And this is the range of temperature of This is the range of temperature of Chennai. And see the range of the temperature of Delhi. Winters are very extremely low and summers are extremely low. January, February, March, April, May, June. May, June. And once the monsoon comes, temperature decreases. July, August, and after September it declines rapidly. It is here. So this is the temperature of Delhi. This is say low temperature. This is the line from this point to this point. So this is the range of temperature. Range of temperature of Delhi. You can see this is Chennai, range of temperature of Chennai, maximum temperature, average maximum of 1 month. So there is little difference. So it's more equitable because it is closer to equator. Round the year they have almost same temperature. But Mumbai they have little more range. But Delhi it is quite extreme. Summers are difficult to tolerate and winters are very chilled and it's almost frozen. So temperature comes very low. So the range it is like this. But one more thing about monsoon I want to share. I said about the monsoon burst. When the monsoon burst takes, what happens? Temperature and the monsoon burst. Temperature and the monsoon burst. Suppose this is the temperature. Temperature and this is the temperature on higher side. So always there are the two lines of temperature before the monsoon comes. In the data maximum, average maximum temperature and the minimum temperature. Before the monsoon, the temperature, average high temperature and average low temperature. Average low temperature and average high temperature. हम देखते हैं ना जब when there is this winter we used to consider only the lowermost point. What was the lowest temperature? And when we take the summer we talk only about the higher temperature. So in summer before the arrival of monsoon in the month of say in Delhi, suppose let's say any place where the monsoon burst takes place, say Delhi. In Delhi it is like this. But suppose this is the point when monsoon comes. This is the line. On this date monsoon comes. What will happen? We used to wait. In the last week of June we start waiting. Rain will come. The temperature relief will be there. So what happened? Relief means lower temperature declined marginally, but the higher temperature declined rapidly. So it is like this. It declined marginally, lower temperature declined marginally, but the higher temperature declined rapidly. This is post-monsoon phenomena. So it declined marginally, but it declined rapidly. When before monsoon, maximum temperature is as high as 47 degrees Celsius. Sometimes 6 degrees Celsius in Delhi. Very difficult to tolerate. But when the monsoon comes, immediately 47 comes to 38 degrees Celsius. When 38 maximum comes rapidly very down, but the lower temperature, which was almost say 24 degrees Celsius, it came to 20 degrees Celsius. So after monsoon, the higher temperature, high temperature, average maximum temperature declined rapidly, and the minimum temperature, average low temperature or the minimum temperature, or you can say minimum temperature. Here and I can say maximum temperature. Maximum temperature declined rapidly, minimum temperature declined marginally, and it is like this. So and average is the average here. So this I wanted to share about the how the sequential temporal change. So these are the three different temperature lines showing the temperature of three different cities. These are the three different lines showing the rainfall of three different cities. So in both the condition, temperature and rainfall both are on extreme in Delhi, as because we have the continental location. In the continents, all temperature and rainfall are in extreme. It's very high and very low. So it is. This is the one about the monsoon which I left earlier. I wanted to discuss. So this is showing the climatological conditions during monsoon in different cities. So this is the phenomena around the year, how it happens. So this is the temperature here. This is rainfall. This is about the rainfall, and this is about the temperature. These are the two different climographs. Now, this I left, so I discussed. Now come over to the next topic, that is the drainage of India, drainage system of India. Let me clean it here. Drainage system of India. Before discussing this India, system of India, I just simply wanted to share the drainage system, basic principles of drainage, drainage system. Drainage is having a, we used to use a word catchment. We also use a word water divide. And we also use a word watershed. Nowadays, watershed management. Always water is, suppose this is one hill area, another low-lying area, this is hill area, suppose this is low. If rain is taking place here, if in this area rain is taking place, if rain is taking place, this water will go down, this water will get on this side. Same is here, if rain is taking place, if it is here, water will come of this area, it will come this area. So this point is a water divide. This point is a water divide. Water of this area is going this side and water of this area is going this side. And so this is a water divide. Water divide can be like this. This is the water divide. Water divide can be like this. This is water divide. Water divide can be like this. 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 So it is, so this, or sometimes water divide is like this. Water of this area is coming this side, water of this area is going this side. So you can say Delhi, if we put a straight line from Delhi to Ambala and Ambala to Chandigarh, means GT Road National Highway 1 from Delhi to Ambala and Ambala to the same highway to Chandigarh is located on a water divide. Water of this highway in the east side join the Ganga system and water of this highway west of this side is on, it join the Satluj system. So it's on water divide. So highest point of this northern plain is Ambala Ambala is on water divide. It is having the gentle water divide. So you can say Ambala. West of Ambala or North Ambala, entire water goes towards west. South of Ambala or east of Ambala, entire water goes east. So this is a water divide. Water divide where water is divided into two different directions. So this is water divide. And the catchment, this entire area is the catchment of the one river which is flowing here. This is one catchment of this area. And the watershed, there are the river has a drainage pattern. You must be knowing pattern. Pattern means shape, how it look like. Pattern means one pattern is like this. We used to say it as a, what is the name? Asim. Dendritic or tree-like drainage system. So suppose it means this and this is also here. You can say this river have the water, it is getting water from this much of area. Means what this area, whatever the rain takes place in this area, entire water is discharged through one channel and this is the neck of the channel. So this is known as the one watershed. When we consider the amount of water at one channel, we consider the amount of water of one channel, how this channel receive water of how much area, that area comes under one watershed. We used to make watershed management. Management means how much water is this area is receiving, in which season we are receiving. Like we used to make budgeting of water. Water budget, water account, water audit. In like we make the financial budget of India. Every year how much money is coming, from where it is coming, how it is going out. Same is in which season, in which months water is coming and how much water is coming and how water is discharging. So that is the flow of the water in a river is called river regime. So this is another term, river regime. If I say river regime means the discharge of water or the flow of water is measured in which unit? Cusecs. Cusecs means cubic meter per second. Cubic meter per second, that is the amount of water passed through the channel. So it is the cusec, sometimes cumac, cubic meter per minute, cumac and cusec. So it is basically cusec. It is the cusec of water. This is the time. Time is all the 12 months from January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Up to December. March, sorry, this is March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. So February, April. These are the different months. Like say Ganga river at Haridwar or Ganga river at Kanpur, how much water is discharged. So this is measured in cusec. In Haridwar it receives less amount of water. It is like this, it is like this. But once it is rain in Himalayas at Haridwar, what will happen? The amount of quantum of water in June, it is less. In June rather it is decreasing. In January it is all frozen. Sorry, Ganga river at Haridwar. In winter it receives some cyclonic western disturbance, rain from western disturbance. But snow covers are frozen, they release less amount of water, so it is less water. And the temperature increases, snow melts, the amount of water increases. But from June and July, in July it increased, the amount of water in the river increased like this and it decreased like this. So this is river regime. Say if I take the Jhelum river, Jhelum river is the one which receives less amount of rain from the southwest monsoon and more amount of water it receives from the northeast western disturbances and the snowfall. So it is having like this. It is having different regime. It is having different regime. Amount of water, see amount, how much cubic of water is there in July and August in Ganga. So this is about Ganga, and this is about Jhelum river. Jhelum river has more water during May and June, but beyond June amount of water is decreasing in Jhelum sometimes, because it is not receiving more water. It receives more water from snow melt. In the summer, when snow melts, it receives more water. So southwest monsoon have little impact in the catchment area of this river, Jhelum. So this is called river regime. How much water is discharging in different days, different months at a particular point through the channel. So this is called watershed. This is the pattern. This is called watershed. And watershed have, if I make this divide, because this is a channel here. This channel is receiving, so this is the water divide between these two channels. So this channel is different to this channel. So it must be some like this. It is a mountain here. It is the ridge here. It is the range like this. This water is going this side. This water is going this side. So this is again a water divide. So in terms of the catchment of this at this neck, this is the neck. This channel is getting water of this area. This is one watershed management, one river watershed management. If we take the entire area, only then we will consider this channel. If we consider this small river channel management, water channel management, so only this is one river. So the channel of the course, how much water is flowing through this channel. So this is one river, one water, small river water management system. So there are the, we used to say watershed, how much area the one channel is receiving about the water. So it is basically the channel. If we are talking about the channel of the river, so which channel? This channel. This channel has this much of shed area. So it receives water from that area. So watershed is there. So catchment, water divide, watershed, river pattern. Sometimes you must be knowing different patterns of the river. Do I need to discuss the different pattern? Okay. Let's take few minutes. I'll just take few minutes. Then we'll discuss the pattern. See, if I construct the water divide of India, sometimes you should know the map of the water divide of India. If this is one. If I make here a tentative line, this is Ambala, this comes to Delhi, then Aravalli Hills, from Aravalli this is Mahi River, this is Narmada River, and this is Tapti River, and this is like this. So the water, this is a water divide. Water of this area goes this side, water of this area goes this side, so this goes this side. So this is a line of water divide line of India, since I use the word water divide. So this is the Mahi river. It goes north, then it takes left turn, then it is this is Narmada, then it is Tapti. So all up to Satpura, and this is Vindhyas and Aravali. West is going west. So it is from Chandigarh is basically located on water divide. So east of Chandigarh